All right. Good evening, everybody. We are here.
That's right.
I'm
We're
Yolanda
here.
Hinton, host of FYI After Dark. I'm with Edward Everett, aka Mr. E, our co-host. Good evening, Mr. Edward Everett, aka Mr. E.
And a pleasant good afternoon to you and our listeners. Good afternoon to you. And thank you so very, very much for tuning in to FYI After Dark with your host, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Listen, you stop right here. You're at the right place. Guess what? We got great information for you.
Absolutely. This is a beautiful day. It was a wonderful Monday, and we just want to thank you all for tuning in. We want to first welcome our platform, This is not WPC. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But this is our live online show after dark, and we welcome Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. All you all on that platform, make sure you like, share, and comment. We want to make sure we shout you out. So, Mr. E, I hope you had a wonderful day. It seemed like it was a long day today, but it was an awesome day. What do you think?
It was one of the greatest days. It was another day that the Lord has given unto us. And yes, I was blessed and highly favored just to be in the land of the living. What a long day. It was a little long.
Absolutely. But anyway, it was a great day again. We want to welcome our platforms and we want to tell you a little bit about our morning show because we're not just here on Mondays after dark at 6 p.m. Mr. E, we're on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays in
That's
the
right.
morning.
That's right, Miss Hinton. We on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3 FM, Joy WMVA 88.9 FM, and on all social media platforms, you can find FYI there.
Yes, on our social media platforms, we extend till almost 10:30, 10:15, 10:30. So don't think we just go away after the live show. We are still here live on our social media platforms, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on our FYI Morning Show Live.
That's
We
right.
love this show. Today we had a wonderful guest, Mr. E, and we had our sports talk segment.
That's right. We had our sports talk segment with our host today. Our guest was Mr. James Luther Everett, better known as Jabby, was our special guest on today because he's a Green Bay Packer fan. And guess what? We were so glad that he was a part of what we was doing.
Absolutely. Now, look, we're going to talk about later on down the bottom of the show. We're going to talk about you all joining us for Philadelphia. And who else is playing, Mr. E?
Philadelphia and the Kansas City Chiefs are playing tonight at
Mm.
8:30. It's going to be a barn burner. My God, I really want to see the Kansas City Chiefs beat, but I really want to see the Philadelphia Eagles beat. And the reason why I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win, that'll bring the Dallas Cowboys closer to being a wild card or taking advantage of the position that one may be that one may have. And
Why? Because they're in your division
it is
and you
my
would
division.
rather be ahead
That's right.
than
That's right.
behind.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, because Philadelphia is definitely doing well. Their season is really good. And so we're going to see what they're going to do. Make sure you all join us and let us know what you think. We had some predictions. We're going to talk about that later on, too. And we're going to see how this all plays out. Now, this is not the first time they've met.
That's right.
They met last year at the Super
That's right.
Bowl.
That's
So
right.
you know it's going to be a good game. You know it's going to be a barn burner. So we hope that you all join us after the show. It comes on 8 o'clock here at Eastern Standard Time. And you all join in and enjoy. In the meantime, Mr. E, there's so much going on. We're in the middle of the holiday season. We have Thanksgiving on Thursday. I hope you all are prepared. You got your greens, your beans, potatoes, and all that stuff, chicken
You
and
name
turkey,
it.
all that stuff ready. But I tell you one thing you don't you forget, and that's one of our sponsors, the Royal Ladies Pie.
That's
Yeah.
right. You got to make it your business to get your pie. If you don't have the Royal Lady pie, you don't have no pie in
You
your house. So,
you don't have Thanksgiving without the Royal Ladies Pie now.
that's right. You don't have
So
Thanksgiving if you don't have the Royal Ladies
I
pie.
tell you what, you all can get the pie. This is one of our sponsors, the Royal Ladies Pie. This is one of my businesses that I opened during the pandemic, and we would love for you all to put in your order. We have information online, or you can just jot down this number, call us at 757 or make it easy on yourself. You could just go ahead and email us at the Royal Ladies Pie at gmail.com. That's TheRoyalLadys at Gmail. Pie at gmail.com. That's the Royal Ladies Pie at gmail.com. Make sure you get your orders in before Thanksgiving. We will not be delivering on Thanksgiving, but anytime before we will. Great pies. It will be a great, uh, uh, wonderful what is it? Just a wonderful thing to have a great dessert along with all that good food you all are going to cook. I know it's going to be good. Mr. E, what you cooking?
Well, it's
Uh-uh. You're not cooking a gosh darn thing, huh?
no sir, read it, deed it.
Well, that's all right. As long as you got something good to eat, you got your turkey, your chicken, your what else they eat? What else folk eat on
Chitlins,
Thanksgiving? I don't know about no chitlins. She don't eat that. But ham, some of them eat the ham, some
the
of them have,
turkey,
you know what, and they're doing so many
stuffing.
different things because some folk are doing seafood.
That's
I don't
right.
know if I can really wrap my head around that. It sounds good, but when it comes to Thanksgiving and seafood, I don't know. I've never tried it. I love seafood now, but I don't know if I can give up all the traditional things for a seafood boil.
That's right. That's right. That's what a lot of people love is to stick on to the traditional way of doing Thanksgiving. And it's something about sticking to the traditional way of Thanksgiving with the ham and the turkeys and mama bacon, sweet potatoes and rolls and chopping up
Mm.
collard greens and putting all the ingredients into the pan to make the house smell so good. That's just preparing the house for another great occasion. The Christmas is coming right around the corner. But when you see Thanksgiving and you see all the yummy food that's going around the house, that makes you very thankful for what you have. Are you about to get into?
All the love that goes into cooking because family gonna be around. People really take that time to just have great feast.
That's
It's not just an average dinner, it's a feast. You got all kind of everything. I know here we cook a lot of things, but when we have our Christmas parties and things like that, there's so much food, and it's a variety of food as well. And it's just wonderful, to have family food and fun and games and laughter. It is just a wonderful time. And then it's a time of Thanksgiving because
that's
you're
right.
just really, glad that God has blessed you to be around those that you love and those that you have grown up with, and your siblings and their children and their it's just a wonderful thing, taking pictures and just having a good time. Sometimes family can cut up. They some of them used to going hard among one another, and they kind of keep that dynamic during those celebrations and things. But nevertheless, it is like a great big party and a wonderful reunion, and I always love and welcome the holidays.
And Miss Hinton, not only that, then you get an opportunity to find out what's going on with family members.
Yes.
Think about Thanksgiving when the family come together. You'll find out information that you want to
Yes.
find out, and find out where we can help one another. That's
Yes.
what Thanksgiving is all about. Being thankful that Johnny made it, Sister Sarah made it, Billy Bob made it. Uncle Joe is still being Uncle Joe, sitting in the corner cutting up, and then he
Yes.
does the two-step. So you'll find out that everybody is doing well, and that's what Thanksgiving is all about. Everybody being thankful for folks coming together and loving each other.
It's a wonderful time. So listen, don't forget the World Ladies Pie is our sponsor. You can go to uh, email at the Royal Ladies Pie, TheRoyalLadys at gmail.com. And I'm spelling lady because some people have ladies, Ladies, which is not the spelling. We want you to go to the right email. The Royal Ladies Pie, Ladys Pie, Pie, at gmail.com. Make sure you go and check us out. Check us, the Ladies Pie, on Facebook. You can go there. You can inbox me at my page, personal page, if you'd like, or FYI Radio Show's page, either one, and inquire about what it takes to get the pie. The pies can be delivered. They will be delivered. We'll give you a time, and you all can sit back and just wait for those delicious pies to come.
That's right, them yummy, delicious pies.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing because these are pies that I have been making for years. I finally licensed myself as a business. I cook out of a commercial uh, kitchen, and you all can be sure that I went through all it takes to make sure this brand is protected and that I can do it right for you.
Right,
So
right.
I'm excited about it, and I'm just gonna keep at it. I mean, it is something, like I said, Mr. E, that has been a part of my family, and I'm just glad to be able to expose it into the marketplace and let everybody else enjoy what we've been enjoying for years.
That's good. That's good, Miss Antoinette.
Yes,
And again, my hat's off to you because the Royal Lady Pie and the pies are off the chain. I mean,
yes.
they are off the chain. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Make it your business. Make it your business. So just say, hey, look, dial that number 757-470-0224 and say, hey, look, I want my pie. I want my pie. And don't
Yes.
forget that you can get that pie and listen, if you eat it the way I eat it, you would really enjoy your ice cream with the ladies pie. All you have to do is get the ladies pie and put some butter pecan pie ice cream on it. Put it in the microwave and nook it for just a few seconds and watch the cream run down the pie. And guess what? Something you got pecans and cream.
Mr. E, I'm gonna have to try it like that.
That's right.
I mean, that sounds like a good treat, but I also like vanilla ice cream, or they have the pumpkin ice cream. They got all different kind of nice ice cream that can go along with that pie. You can eat it just like it is, or with whipped cream or whatever. But please enjoy the pie. The pie will be available now to be delivered before Thursday, and even though we're off on Thursday, you can get it after. Get it for special events, special occasions. You can get it for Sunday dinner or anytime you just want a good old sweet potato pie. But not only that, the menu will get. We'll have more on the menu. Right now, you can get the deep dish, you can get regular, and you can get the mini pies. But after in 2024, we're going to be adding those items that we've been working on, and we'll share that with you at another time. But just know that we are fine tuning everything and all our products, so you can have some wonderful, wonderful
Sounding
desserts.
wonderful, sounding good, and sounding yummy for my tummy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, listen, Black Friday's coming, the holidays here. You all go to www.beardgods.com, another sponsor. That's BEARDGODZ.com. Mr. Is, look, touching that beard. Every time I say beard God, I get that reaction. Woo, Why, Mr. E?
You know, Miss Hinton, one thing I found out about Beer God, one thing I look at all the commercials and all the talk about Beer God, and it's making me now getting ready to purchase me some Beer God because I've
Yes.
never seen so many beards that are full after using the product. You know, when you started using Beard God, your beard becomes moist, it becomes shining, shimmery, and it start growing, you know. So I mean, when you started purchasing Beard God, I mean, I'm ready. I'm getting ready because the only thing I can grow is a goatee, but I really want it to be well groomed and looking fabulous like never before.
Absolutely. Well,
That's
I
what
tell you what, Mr. E, Black Friday, Chris Hinton is the owner, and he has Black Friday sales. You can get anything you need. You can get the shampoo, the conditioner, the balm. You can get the oils. You can get the vitamins. You can get the pick because he has a certain pick for beards. And he says that other items people use menus usually break and cause split ends, but he has a special pick for you all. He has so many different items for you all to keep that beard healthy and strong. Men, if you got a goatee, just like Mr. E has goatee, if you have a full beard or if you have a beard, a problematic beard, he'll tell you and show you techniques to use to just help that beard to grow better. You know, this is something from experience, Mr. E. Chris said he started off growing his beard and it was a little sparse and things like that. And not only that, he did not know how to really take care of it where it wouldn't be problematic because he would have little flaking and stuff in the beard. But he soon found out what to do to take care of that beard. He also develop products so that beard could be the best it could be, the healthier it could be, and it began to fill in. And it is really his beard is really off the chain. It is, I mean, it is absolutely awesome. So he's got this website that you all need to go to www.beardgods with a Z.com. Check them out. Get those Black Friday sales and support our young Black-owned businesses, and let them know that you're committed to taking care of yourself, and he's able to help.
That's right. I'm putting my order in. I'm making it my business to start taking care. You know, and here's the thing about gray hair for African Americans. They said gray hair is untamable, but Mr. Chris Henson assured me that he can get that beard and get that goatee to get right. You know, and that's what I'm going to do.
So, Mr. E, what do you use on your beard now?
I only put lotion on my beard. I put lotion like I lotion my face. I wash it like I wash my face, and I don't use any special shampoo or anything on it. I just go ahead and do what I do and let it go. Because hey, this has been going on in my face for a long time, and this is only length of gap. But I have seen some folks that's got it, and they got it going way down there. So I'm just only trying to make it look full and get it growing and looking fabulous and making it make it got that shimmery shine like real trained beard.
Very good. Well, I know Mr. Chris Hinton is going to be glad to serve you. Like I said, he has great products. He has hoodies, he has hats, and so many wonderful products for your beard, for your hair. And you all check them out. Again, www.beardgods, beardgodz.com.
Yeah.
Also, oh my goodness, I am so proud and pleased. Not only am I so happy about the
Yeah.
Royal Ladies Spy, but one of the newest businesses that I have, Mr. E, is Bulvic, and it's Bulvic Academy actually. It's Bulvic Academy.com. Go visit the website. But go read the content, for our families, for our children and students, for our schools, talking about bullying. The anti-bullying information that we have on there is going to be really beneficial to you all. Some people don't know a whole lot of things about bullying, Mr. E. Some
That's
people
right.
don't have the information that they need about bullying, what it is, why it is, who bullies, and how it takes place, how it can be done in secret, how a bully can get away with it, how a victim can actually defend themselves and become stronger. It talks about the community, and we just had a rally, our community against bullying, a call to action now. And we know that when people are concerned about one another, when the community, when the police department, when the church, when the schools, when businesses, when homes, family, and community, when everybody's involved and concerned, we find remedies for problems that we have, our social problems and things like that. Bullying is a problem. It's
That's
not
right.
child's play.
That's
It
right.
is something that is wreaking havoc in the school. Listen to this, you all. 435,000 kids are victims of bullying monthly, not yearly, monthly. That's a lot of children. And so, bullying goes to extreme. It can cause so many problems. And so we want you all to visit bulvickacademy.com. We want you to look at the information. We want you to inquire about, some of the things and tools that can help families to conquer this problem, and how we can come together. You all can band together with organizations like Crystal Community Development Corporation or Bulvick Academy, and get these problems solved, and get people to recognize what it is, get children to not be victims anymore or bystanders. The bystanders, Mr. E, are the ones that sit around and they just egg it on, or either they look and don't know what to do. They're just like spellbound.
That's
And so
right.
they do nothing. And
That's right.
so, when you come together with us, with our rallies and our special events and things like that, and visit the website, we share things that will help you to understand what it is. Also, our tools and our products. The book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose. That's where you can find out what bullying is, who bullies, why they bully, and some of the things that you can do to, eliminate this thing called bullying. Look, from a victim's point of view and from a bully's point of view. It starts off with our character Felix, and he says, "I'm a bully, and I'm gonna tell you why I bully, and I'm gonna tell you why I can get away with it." And
That's
so
right.
we want families, schools, libraries, the community to embrace this product here, these books, and get them to our children so they can better understand that what they're going through and why they're going through, and that they're not alone. It is so many children, but not just children, Mr. E. And you know for yourself, it's not just a children thing. Adults bully adults as well.
That's right. The folks may not never understand about bullying. Why your child don't want to get on the school bus? Why your child don't want to go to school? And where they get that slogan from, snitches get stitches, and especially when they're fratful, when they're scared. Folks don't understand, Miss Hinton, when there's a fight going on, instead of running away from a fight, they run to a fight. You see, we think that bullying is child's play, but it's not. When
Yeah.
folks are picking on you, think that's the way children do. Children don't do that. That's what a bully does. And so you ought to get the book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose, so you can get more information. You'll know more about what a
Yeah.
bully is and what a
Yes.
bully does and how a bully acts, so you can recognize. Have you ever got to the point where you can't walk down your street and somebody, because they're pushing on you or talking about you, and you don't even want to go out and work in your yard because your neighborhood has been taken over by some strange cats that you don't even know anything about. That's a bully.
Yeah.
Have you ever went to the nursing home and your every time the loved one that's at the nursing home, when you raise your hand, they jumping, they flinching. Yeah, and because they have been bullied. So you allegedly, so you got to make it your
Yes.
business to get this book today. Bullying is right underneath your nose, where you can learn more about bullying, how to detect the bullying, and why they're bullying. So Miss Hinton is going to tell you a little bit more about how you can get the books and where you can get the book from.
Absolutely. I want to first shout out Roger Smith. How are you? James Overton, good evening. And Mark Howard, so glad to see you all on this evening. Thank you just for taking your time to be with us. And all you all that are on, we will love to shout you out. Just put your name down there or say hi or do something. And so we can recognize that you're there and that you support FYI Radio Morning Show and FYI After Dark. But Mr. E, folk can get that book. They can get the book wherever books are sold, actually. You can go online. You can go to bulvickacademy.com, BULVIC, and you can get both books. The book Bullying is right underneath your nose. You can get that in a hard copy. You can get that in an ebook. You can get that Audible, and you can get it in English or Spanish. We have it up there. We have those links, or you can go to barnesandnoble.com. Wherever books are sold, you can go and you can get the book. Now, the newest book, The Diary of a Former Bully, I am just so excited and pleased about that book. It talks about a reformed bully. It talks about someone who just took their time to just, plot out, things that, that could hurt and harm people. And it didn't matter if they were young or old, that bully was out there to just torture and torment and traumatize.
That's right.
And
That's right.
so in this book, that bully is reformed.
That's
And
right.
so that's what we want to see. We want to see people reform. We want to see victims no longer victims. And we want bystanders to stand up for right
That's
and
right.
help get rid of the problem. We want folk to come together. And in the book, the community comes together and they support and they make sure this problem is remedied or addressed. And so you can get The Diary of a Former Bully online. You can go to Bulvick Academy, BULVIC. You can get the links where you can go to get it on ebook. You can get this hard copy. You can get the soft copy, and you can get it in the store. Go to Barnes and Noble. Walk in there and say, "I want The Diary of a Former Bully." But you can get this book wherever books are sold. So you can also soon in 2024, real soon, we're going to have the Audible of that book, Mr. E, in Spanish and in English, The Diary of a Former Bully, and people will be able to get it where they don't have to even read it. It will be read to you.
So now you be knowing the beginning of what a bully does. Now you begin to know what a bully can do. You have all the tools that you need in order for you to recognize. You have the game, Bulvick. You have the book, Bullying is right underneath your nose. And then you can see the outcome of a bully when you see him being reformed. That's right. You can get all the information that you needed to be able to detect and to be able to combat what a bully does. And don't forget that if you speak Spanish, you can get it in Spanish, and you can get it in English. You can get it in a soft copy. You can get it in a hardback book. So, hey, make it your business now to get that book. As Ms. Hinton said, it's everywhere. Everywhere books are sold, you can get that bullying right underneath your nose, and you can go and get Bulvick. She'll tell you more about the game Bulvick. I got it on both of my devices. I got it on my Android, and I got it on my iPhone. And it's a great, great game. It's not a child's game. It's a great game for children. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not kids play to find out about a bully, to be a bully, but you'll find out how and understand what a bully does, and then you know how to recognize and do what you got to do. So you got the book, you got both of the book, and you got the game. Listen and tell them more about where they can get the game and the books from.
All right, now, so Bulvic Academy introduces Bulvic the game. It's a game app, and it's been created. It took a year to create this game. I had a great team, but this game is a game for our children, for our schools, for our libraries. Uh, grown ups, you can get the game Bulvic, and you can actually get it on the link, our link at Bulvic Academy. But for your Androids, you can go to Google Store and you can get it. It's Bulvic. You can go to your Google Store for your Android, and then you can get it at apple.com for your iPad and for your iPhone. This is a marvelous game, a
That's right.
game of adventure. It is a game of mystery. Has an anti-bullying theme. You've got to be able to read and communicate with students and the teacher. You got to be able to discover things that in the game. You have to fight monsters. You got to beat the time clock. It is a great game, and we're really just launching Bulvic. It's brand new, just like the book, The Diary of a Former Bully. These are brand new products that are out for our children, for our family, and we would love for you all to get these tools and teach, and have fun with them. The game Bulvic is a fun game. It is a game that is not that easy to just do in a second. You got to really strategize. And so it makes a good family game. It
That's
makes a
right.
good game for students that are around the table. They want something exciting and different. And this is definitely that game app that our kids can really use. There are a lot of great games out, but this one is a teaching tool. It educates our students. And like I said, it has an anti bullying theme that our children need to know. This is a way of getting their attention and teaching them in the way that they like to play and they like to be taught. They love technology. When you see them, they can. I have a few young ladies in our Young Women Achieving Success program. They can go and show you any kind of way. I mean, different platforms. They can teach us. I know they teach me a lot of different things because the technology is in them. They are
That's right.
so well versed in technology. It's just in their bloodstream. It's just something that they can do, and they can do it well. And so, and that was one of the reasons for developing the game app, because I know children love to learn through technology, and they can with Bulvic, the game Bulvic. Again, you can go and get it on our bulvicacademy.com, but you can also go to your Google store, go right in your phone, and if you have an Android, go to your Google Play Store, or go to your apple.com, Bulvic, Bulvic, for your iPhone and your iPad. Kids can play, have a good time. We got Christmas coming up. It would be a great Christmas gift or gift anytime, a birthday gift. The schools need this game, and they need to make sure their students have something, these tools that can teach them how to really play and use technology to learn about bullying and harassment and all kind of things that children go through. So yeah, Mr. E was so excited about it. We're excited about all our tools. uh, you can go online again at bulvicacademy.com, or go wherever books are sold, or just wherever you can certain platforms you'll see it on. We're going to be actually bringing in a new platform for our young people for Bulvic, and I'll share that with you as well. But it is a great game, and we have great tools, and our anti-bullying initiative, and our the things that we're trying to do in the community is so awesome, and we're so glad that people are paying attention
That's
and
right.
joining in, because it's going to take all of us, not just one of us, to conquer this problem.
This is our community, and guess what? Our community depends upon you to help our community to run like it's supposed to run, to recognize things. So here's all the tools that you need to make it your business to get them.
Absolutely. Look, we've started our girls club, Crystal Community Development Corporation. I am so pleased. Mr. E, I started this organization in 2004. It's a 501c3 organization. You all can definitely support it because we've had some great mentoring programs, and we still have our mentoring programs for young men and young women.
That's right.
And we've started with our young women, and we would love for you all to make sure your girls are in this free program. Girls 10 to 17 years old. Crystal Community, our program is in Chesapeake, Virginia. We actually we come together at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. We develop young leaders. We support parents and guardians. We support the community with this program. We make sure girls have all kind of opportunities and experiences in this program, and we also help them to develop a sisterhood. You know, becoming leaders and joining in as a sisterhood to learn how to uh, uh, get along with one another, to learn how to problem solve, learn how to, adjust to the cares of life and how they have to get through school and, how they have to battle in the community. They have to use wisdom and they have to learn how to make sure they survive. Isn't that something, Mr. E? Our children got to learn how to survive in this
That's right.
world
That's
because
right.
it is a monster at
That's
times. You
right.
got everything wherein we want to develop leaders and have great leadership in our communities and grow our children up. We got the other elements that we have to fight. We
That's
got to
right.
fight the drug
That's
trafficking.
right.
We
The
have to
gun.
fight trafficking. We have
That's
to
right.
fight gangs and all kind of darkness that will pull our children into a cycle of defeat. We have a job to do, and we want to make sure we have programs, positive programs for our children so they won't fall through the cracks.
And that's right, Miss Hinton. And not only that, it takes a village to raise our children. And what mother is teaching, and you're not going against the grain, and we're teaching them to help to ensure what mama is teaching so that the community, somebody there will be able to recognize the powers of the darkness that's out there trying to overtake them.
Yes.
That they'd be able to talk to somebody about what's going on with them, and be able to relate to some other young men and some other young girl as they travel through life.
Yeah, they have to be able to relate to one another. Some of them are shy. Some of them come in and they want to come into their own. They want to be themselves. At home, they can be themselves, but they have to listen to parents and guardians. And sometimes they want that freedom of expression, which sometimes come with them being outside of the home. But with people that care for them and people that would love them just like their parents or guardian would, people that will direct them and
Yeah,
mentor them, people that will give them a solid foundation along with the parents. We don't take over the parents job. We work with the parents, we
that's right.
support the parents, so they can have, their daughters can really have that thing where they grow up positive
That's
and
right. That
well
balance.
rounded.
That's right.
We assist and help the parents. So again, those girls can grow up to become leaders and become well rounded individuals.
That's
And
what
we've
it
seen them. I've seen them since 2006 when the program started, Mr. E. I've seen them come and they've stayed in there. And they are young ladies that are working toward having a great life, and they're doing all kind of things in their lives, a great occupation and businesses and things like that. And they know that they've had great foundation, and they know that the program has been an asset to them.
That's what it takes, Vicente. It takes all of us to help raise our children in the right way. And my hat's off to anybody, to
Mhm.
everybody that's positive in our community. And thank you all so very, very much. Thank you, Miss Hinton.
Yes, thank you. Because we also have the Young Men Achieving
That's
Success
right.
program. Before the pandemic, we were at Bay View Community Center. Since then, we are doing outside activities with our young men, and we're going to just keep doing that, Miss D, until we have the site where we can meet. One thing I found out that the internet is a great place now. You
Zoom.
know, sometimes if you're not in house, at a site, your site can be online. And so we're going to be doing various things this year, not only with our girl, they have a site, but we're going to still be doing our online sessions, our online book club, our rap sessions, so children, girls can talk to one another. We'll have speakers, and also our young men. We'll bring them together sometime for fun activities. But again, the young men achieving success, those young men will get a chance to go out to our field trips and experience some fun things. And we're going to make sure they have what they need as well. Young men, oh, they are really special. And I found out that some of their qualities are so unique. They have great talent. They are passionate. They are emotional as girls are.
That's
They
right.
love to read. They love adventure. And so we have styled the Young Men Achieving Success program, Mr. E, wherein young men get what they need as well.
That's right. That's what we do. We want to make sure all the young men, I mean, we want to make sure that we impart and not just do it for the young girls, but we have not left
Yes.
the young men out and let them know that there is someone that this organization cares about them too.
Absolutely. We care about them. We support them. We support families and communities. And we want you all to be a part of it. You all can actually sponsor a young person. We have, like I said, many field trips and activities. If you all are interested in supporting us, just reach out to me at crystalcommunity@cox.net. That's CRISTO community at cox.net. Let me know that we would love to, that you all would love to sponsor and support the organization and just help, get under programs that are positive. Tell people about it. If your child is have grown up, you don't have any grand youngins, or they grown up too, tell a parent, tell somebody that's struggling with a young lady that needs support, or with a young man. Tell them about the programs
That's
that
right.
we have, and let them know that there is support, there is positivity. The kids don't have to go to the gangs. They don't
That's
have
right.
to run to get on drugs. They don't have to be victims of trafficking. They can be in a place where people are showing them a positive way of doing things and a positive way of life.
That's what it's all about, Miss Hinton. And guess what? That's what we want to give back to our neighborhood. We want our neighborhood to be able to understand all the traits that they need to understand so they can grow up, move up into the next level and be able to know what's going on.
Yes, to be able to know what's going on, to contribute as a special person, as a unique individual, because that's what we want to have. We want children that are able to be themselves, but also to shine, to show their talents, and to have a voice,
That's
because
right.
that's very important. Growing up sometimes you don't have a chance to really be as expressive as you want. Sometimes a young person really want to get out, talk and say things and defend themselves, but you have boundaries because you have parents, you
That's
have
right.
guardians, and they say you can't go that far, no. And so sometimes they're all built up and wound up and just toe up and tied and through because they cannot express themselves or they feel misunderstood. And so these programs are a way of expression. Now, we don't tolerate a whole bunch of grown stuff. I'm going
That's
to tell you
right.
that.
That's
Look,
right.
I'm going
Say
to tell
it.
you that right now.
Say
But
it.
I do know that we allow them to be themselves, to speak up and speak out. And if you have a care or if you're going through something, you can feel free without thinking that somebody going to go run and tell this one or go run and tell somebody else. We have it where it's confidential and you're able to express yourself and feel comfortable. I've seen kids grow up and they come out of, they come out of a shell. They become, better at expressing themselves, and they become leaders. They know what they want and they know where they want to go. And so this is what we want to offer the community. So make sure, if you all would like to contact me, contact 757-287-6792, or email crystocommunity@cox.net. That's CRISTO community@cox.net. And
That's right.
yeah, Misty, we're so excited about what's going on. We are excited about FYI. We're excited about 8 years.
That's right.
8 years,
Congratulations to
and
you.
it doesn't feel like it. Eight
That's
years,
right.
we're celebrating 8 years. FYI radio show. It has been a wonderful, wonderful blessing to be able to share with the community in this way of giving, this way of sharing information. We've had great uh, people that have come on. We have great content. We put a lot of effort in, figuring out what people want to hear. We're open to, suggestions so we can get better. We want to get better for the community. We want to get better for those that are listening to us. We want to bring information that you want to hear.
That's
And
right.
so we are congratulating ourselves, Mr. E. Congratulations, 8 years, FYI, radio show.
8 years. 8 years. I
Hmm.
mean, what a great time of this great program going out for the whole
Hmm.
community to help our community to rise above mere survival,
Yes.
to help them to be able to be aware when voting coming around, what child support is all about, to be able for them to be able to understand what's going on in their community. You know, Miss Hinton, FYI has been nothing but a breakthrough for
Mhm.
a lot of people in
Yes.
our community. They have been known to, some of the young men has come out of being down and out, wondering why they got to pay child support or
Hmm.
why they coming at me. They sharing these so we can understand why our men are going through hard tasks and why
Yeah.
men are shutting down on us, why men are not being men anymore. We gave you information so that you can know what the border is all about. Just in case you don't know what's going on, we done brought you great information to
Hmm.
help you in the political arena with presidential elections, with ballots, to tell you who's running, and so that
Hmm.
you be aware. Just in case you don't, you won't be like an ostrich with your head in the
Hmm.
sand. We're
Yes.
helping to help you to pull your head out of the sand so you can know that your voice does count. So that's what FYI is all about, helping you to rise above. Not only that, we bring you jobs. That's right. We let you know around town who is hiring, who is not hiring, and you can find out, you can choose and pick of where direction you wants to go. We done bought you some of everything right here at FYI. We have talked to you about mental illness. Yeah, some of us will never know what mental illness is all about. What's going on with it. So we have brought you everything under the sun, and guess what? We vow to continue to bring you great information some more.
Absolutely. We've covered so many things. First of all, on our Monday morning, we have sports talk. We love sports talk. We have so many great folk that come on, commentators, sportscasters, professional players,
That's right. That's
great
right.
topics and content. And we really go through, showing people what the NFL is all about and the NBA and all that. It's just a wonderful, fun time to just highlight. The professional ball and just also local. We do a college, we do the NFL, NBA, women's. Our sports talk. We include women. We just had a really good show, Mr. E,
That's
where
right.
it was a woman's football. Remember that one?
That's right.
Women's football. It's crazy, but I didn't know they had a professional women's team, and they
That's right.
do.
Women,
They do.
that's right.
And
Women
so
are out there playing football also. And
professional.
yes, it is a
Mhm.
professional football team out there for women who want to play. I mean, wear the shoulder pad, wear the helmets, the full gear, and full contact. It's out there.
Absolutely. So, yeah, sports talk on Monday, and then on Wednesday, just like Mr. E had mentioned, our men's segment. What's
That's right.
under the hat? Issues concerning you men, honey. And talking about, I think we get really deep on those segments at times. We can have fun and it becomes real airy and nice, and but we usually go really deep about certain things like mental illness, child support. Are you the father? Yes, we had a
You,
segment, Are
you
You
are
the
not the
Father?
father.
And
You
I'm
are
telling
not.
you, that was off the hook.
Yeah,
We did a series on that actually.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
there were men that discovered they were not the father.
You are not the father. Yeah,
And they told their story.
that's right.
They
That's
let
right.
people know that they were going and thinking that they were the fathers. They had been into the room where they
Military. Yeah,
birth, the woman's birth is right there with their wife or their significant other, and then turn around and find out, you want the father, you never was the father, honey. And it is not a good thing. It's a good thing that they discover it before it's too late. But when they discover it, it's a hurtful thing,
that's right.
and they have to heal. Now, we had a guest who was not the father, but guess what? He stayed.
That's
He
right.
forgave. And so, these stories, you can't make them up. It's just a wonderful thing how we bring these stories and these things, these topics to FYI Morning Show. We want you to know, in real time, how life really pans out for people.
That's right.
Everything is not all good, or everything is not all bad, but life happens, and we share those things in that men's segment, What's Under the Hat. Also on Fridays, we do women's segment.
That's right.
I think because it's Fun Friday, Mr. E, I think that becomes a little more informative,
That's right.
educational. I don't know if
Well,
we've really gone down deep, deep,
I think
deep.
I think what we need to do is start getting down to the real nitty gritty with the women. That's what I think on Friday. If we getting down to the real nitty gritty on men on Wednesday, we need to get down, and we will be getting down to the real nitty gritty on women because men. Uh, we have a tendency of bringing all the information so you can understand what a man has to deal with. We really don't understand. We really understand that men has feelings just like anybody else.
Mhm.
Men cry just like anybody else cries. We overlook the matter that men supposed to be tough. They
Mhm.
supposed to be rough. And when a man is rough and tough, he finds himself lined up to go to jail. When he is rough and the way that he is tough about way he do things, we'll find himself ready to begin being locked up, being put into the jail system. And now they come up and now they're very timid and they're very afraid to even say what they really want to say on their minds. So they shut down. And not only that, when we find out that men who are not the father, that's one of the hurtingest things, Miss Hinton. And they've been paying child support for the longest time, but find out that's not their child.
Well, we've had a few of them found out that it wasn't their child, but they had to pay child support
That's
anyway. The
right.
court
That's
said,
right.
well, you were married when this child was
That's
conceived
right.
by whoever it was conceived by.
That's right.
But
And
getting
see,
back to our ladies, we do have a habit of, just really kind of we do inspirational and motivational. We talk about things concerning women, but we uh, may not go as deep sometimes. I guess maybe because, like I said, it's on a Fun Friday segment, and sometimes we want to stay with that theme. But we will be doing a little bit more, digging a
And we
little bit
have
deep
to.
into what women go through and some of the things that they have survived through. We'll do a little bit of that, but we'll also find out what women want to talk about.
That's
We
right.
can pick topics and things like that. But ladies, what's on your mind? What do you want to talk about? I tell you what we've talked about recently, and that is the abortion issue.
That's right.
Women want to talk about their bodies. Women
That's
want
right.
to talk about the fact that they want to have the say over what happens to them and their health. They're concerned about their health. They're concerned about education. They're concerned about their children. And so that's what we usually bring to the table when it comes to what's in your closet, issues concerning women, things that go to the heart of what women are going through. We have to remember this, Mr. E. Even though we may not go as deep as maybe some may think or we feel we don't, there are so many things that women go through and have gone through because women was at one time was coined second class citizens, and women are still fighting that. They're still fighting the fact that they don't have the privileges that they want, or
That's
they
right.
don't have, to say over their bodies. People trying to take their rights away, or people still treating them like they're not supposed to get the same income as a man. And so our fight is a different fight, Mr. E, because we are still trying to get people to recognize that we are human and we are able to do things because we have a mind and we have a brain and we have the gifts that God has given us. If you notice, women are in so many high places now. Well, because women have been smart the whole time, but because women have come up underneath, underneath. I'm not saying as somebody that should be underneath. I'm saying they have come as, being the wife that have a head. The head of the household is known as the man, and then it was the wife and things like that. Our country and world has had that mentality. But as things change and more men are not in the home and women are running their own household and they're in the workforce and they got better jobs and better education and stuff like that, they want to have that say. They want to have equal pay. They want to have their rights, and they have to continue to fight, 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 fight,
Miss Hinton,
and
which,
fight.
which, which is great. That is so true. That is so great, and we applaud that so much. But there's a lot of men out here that wants to know, why do you do the things that, why women do the things that they do? Why
What, what,
why are they not?
we do, Mr.
Just
E?
like, for example, why women are not being honest and saying this is not your child? Why they carrying you through a mental illness and causing you to go through mental stress and causes you not to be able to bounce up because they done did something that was not right, but they holding other folks accountable for something that they did wrong.
Well,
You
we
know,
have covered that
well,
on. Um,
so these are some of the things that men want to know. Why you traumatize us? Why you put us through so much of a pain when all you have to do is be honest? See, one thing that we're looking at is that, yeah, you want to rise above. Yes, you want to be
we
the,
will. We are rising above.
you want your rights. Yes, you want to put your foot on top of a man. Yes, you want to run the man out of the house. Yes, you don't want him to be who he is. Yes, you don't label him as a deadbeat daddy. And then that label done been on all the men, and all the men are not like that. But then there are so many men who have issues with women and say to them, why are you tormenting us? Why do you send us through hell and back? And for what reason? Why do you lie to us? And we've been the breadwinner. We've been supporting you for such a long time. Why you ghost us so much? That's all men wants to know. And that, be honest about your decision, be honest about what you're saying, because we've been snowed long enough, men have been snowed long enough, and I think so many men now really wants to say, hey, look, let's talk about it, let's sit down, let's dialogue. We have to sit back and look at our queens be tormented by slavery days. We had to sit back and take that punishment, can't say nothing. And then for many years, we've been locked up because, hey, we love our children just as much as you love your children.
Mhm.
And so we want to have the right to be a part. Well, because you are the mama, we'll take the child away from the daddy and put the daddy in jail and make him pay child support for the child. And he ain't did nothing wrong. And then we look around down the road of peace, that old saying that they put upon a man, any man can be a daddy, but can't no any woman be a mama.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Now,
when we look at that, and then men really wants to know, why can't y'all be just honest with us and not keep stuff in the closet?
well, I tell you what, it soon comes out. But this is the thing, and one thing about women, they have had a defender, an advocate, and that was the court system.
That's
And
right.
let's
That's a
let's
nine
go.
court
Wait a
system.
minute. Wait a minute. The court system, the court system was like, look, I don't care what you say, and I'm saying things are changing, but the guests that we've had have still been burnt by the court system. A lot of the men still. But remember, Mr. E, the court looked at a woman and said, I don't care what you say, the woman has a right to the children. And the courts advocated for the woman, regardless of what circumstances. And Mr. E, you know for yourself, you've seen enough where in men did not have custody. They
That's
wouldn't
right.
give them right. They
That's
wouldn't give them custody. They wouldn't let them play that number one role. You would never in the past see a man, unless the a woman died or something like that, be that caretaker of those children, and the woman was right there. That woman always had the privilege because the courts and the
right.
judges said the wife or the girlfriend or whoever has a right to the children, and you got to pay that woman.
That's right. That's
You got
right.
to pay that woman. And so, uh, both have been victims. Both have gone through certain things where men go through this over here, women go through this over here. And so, hopefully with the shows that we have, we can better understand what one another goes through. And there can be reconciliation and restoration for some situations. Now, there's a generation right here on the planet right now that are learning how to co-parent. They're learning how to co-parent, and they're not together. It's a
That's
whole
right.
different
That's right.
world. At one time when a person divorced, honey, you couldn't get those two people together for nothing. It was just cats and dogs. It was fight after fight after fight, bump head kids in the middle, using the kids as a weapon.
That's a
It
bullet
was
in
a
a gun.
terrible time. But I'm saying I have seen in this generation here, Mr. E, is playing out a little bit better. I'm not saying it's not still in the courts, and I'm not saying women are still not favored. I'm not saying that men have gotten the better end of the stick. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there are situations now where people are willing to co-parent and have a better relationship for the sake of the children.
That's right. And let bygones be bygones, regardless of what may happen. But back in the days of old, that's when the fight. Now you're right, Miss Hinton. They're letting bygone be bygone. They're not looking at the things that can toxic the kid. They're not looking at the thing that can poison that child. They're
Mhm.
looking at the health and the welfare of the child.
Mhm.
They are waking up now and not allowing the problems that they may be having get in the way. Because, when you look at it, we find out there are different types of people. Some can handle it and
Yes.
some cannot. And when you look at it, they look at what's best for the child.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is what it's all about, raising our children and making sure that our children don't come into this world being with mental illness and had to take Zoloft and had to take all kinds of pills
Hmm.
in order for them to be stable to deal in this world. You're seeing unity. Even if the man and the woman is not getting along, they going away in peace.
Yeah, they're trying.
That's
I've seen so many of them that try, and I'm not saying it's a perfect thing or a perfect relationship, but a lot of times now you see, a certain generation where saying, "Look, let's put all that behind, or let's put it somewhere where we can manage it," because sometimes they're gonna still fight like cats and dogs,
that's
even
right.
though they're
That's
not
right.
together. But they still have to look after the kids. And see, again, here's where the courts come in. The courts are going to come in if you don't know how to manage taking care of your children. Here come the courts again.
That's
And
right.
now the courts can take away a child from the mother.
That's
At
right.
one time the courts didn't want to do that. They'll
That's
take
right.
a child away from the mother now and give it to the father.
That's right.
Now they'll give the father custody, equal custody.
That's
Now
right.
they'll manage the money that the child get from the mother or the father. Don't you know there are some women that are paying men
That's right.
child support?
That's
So
right.
things have definitely changed. And so we have covered a lot of these things on FYI. We're going to continue to cover these things. We're going to continue to talk about women's issues. We're going to talk about men's issues. And we're going to try to, bring an understanding of what they go through.
That's
We
right.
did talk about men as far as, they sometimes appear to be macho, and people don't think they have feelings, and they don't think that they go through anything, no emotions. And we brought that out, that look, a man, he can cry just as well as anybody, another person or a woman. A man has emotion, he has
That's right.
feelings. He can be hurt, he can be lonely, he can be he can be all kind of things. And so
That's
we have
right.
to recognize the things that men go through. And so that segment recognizes and gives men a voice to talk about who they are. Who do men say that I
That's right.
am? That's something that we discuss on FYI on that segment. Men, stand up and identify yourselves. Tell us
That's
who
right.
you are. Be honest.
That's
Be
right.
honest and tell us, who are you? On the
That's
other
right.
hand, women, we have to do the same thing. Well, we know we have a whole bunch of emotion. We know we'll cry in a minute, or we'll feel, because that's how we are.
That's right.
We're made to be like that. But yet women also hold secrets.
That's right.
They are private, and sometimes they do things, and they're more discreet than a man, or they're more cunning. Like Eve, they're more cunning. They know they got weapons now. A woman
That's
has
right.
weapons, and we have to recognize that a
And
woman will use her weapon against the man, or she'll use a weapon against another woman. And so even though we feel like the women are the weaker sex, they look. Let me tell you something. Roll back to Eve and Adam and see who was the treacherous one.
well, you ain't got to
Who
go.
was the most so that's what I'm saying. We may have a softer side, we may have a private and a secret side, but we also have a side, because we are a woo man. We
That's
still
right.
have the attributes of a human being, and that comes with being nice, nasty, cunning, sweet, sour, angry, ugly, fight. We will do it all. And
That's right.
so
That's
that's
right.
why we can sit back and we can look at both of these, male and female, and we can deal with issues and things that we go through.
And that's what we got to do. We got to look at both sides of it. See, because one time or another, they said if a man is not supposed to cry. He's not a real man if he show emotions. But I beg the difference, because in you lies tears, just like it lies with anybody else.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't realize what a man has to take on. He's been beaten. He's been ostracized. He's been spit upon. He's been lied on. He's been talked about. He been put out. And when you look around and you see all that one has to endure, yeah, men, it's time. We had to stand up. We have to rise. When the court system get a hold of a man, an African American man, when the court system going, he's going to jail. And that's what happens when men become men and they don't like the way a man looks. Sometimes a man look at you kind of cockeyed, go to jail. When
Mhm.
that's the discipline that they put on a man. So now men has a tendency of saying, I don't have a voice no more. I
Mhm.
cannot voice my feelings. I cannot tell you how I feel. I got to walk on eggshells, But see, that gonna come a time and all of that has to come to an end. You want to know the secret of a man. Delilah want to know what was Samson's secret. And
Mhm.
and 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 but she was working cunning with somebody else. She was
Mhm.
working for somebody else just to find out what makes Samson tick. That's why a woman is very trickery. That's why she got more mess with her. That's why a woman is really what makes it hard for, she got secrets. She got private secrets and she don't want to let her, let her secrets out. She keep it locked in a box in her heart and she take it to the grave. So hey, look, when and men really wants to be, we really wants to make it work. That's why the court system now is looking at both sides of the track. They looking at
That's
the
good.
man and they looking at the woman and say, why can't we all just get along? We got children that we got to raise. Now when we look at our children, we wonder why our children are acting out. They're being bullies. They taking drugs. We wonder why. Because guess what? They seen mommy and they seen daddy go at it. So when they figured that when mommy and daddy go at it, that's the way life's supposed to be. And they showing a side that within them they're saying, I, I just don't know how to carry myself. I
Mhm.
just don't know what to do. Because on one side, mama done beat up on daddy. On the other side, daddy done beat up on mama. And when he see that, he just is confused and don't know which direction to go. So now in this new generation that we got coming up, they're coming together. They saying for the good of our children. And that's what it's all about. You hear the here on FYI, and that's what it's all about, knowing how to be able to come to the bargaining table and sit down. See, here's the thing that a lot of people misenter, that a lot of people don't want to be questioning. They don't want to ask questions. They don't want nobody to question them. They don't want to know, well, how can a man, how can a person be able, a female, be able to understand a man when a man, when he can't answer the question that she wants to know, and vice versa. When a man go to a female and ask her a question and she can't answer the question. So in the back of both of their mind, there is some distrust somewhere. There's some hidden agendas behind them. So why can't we just all get along?
Well, we can try. I mean, there are so many tools. Talking about tools
That's
for
another
other
step.
things.
Yeah,
We have a lot of tools and things like that. That's what I'm saying. With FY Radio Morning Show, as much as we can, we'll bring information that's going to help people rise
that's
above
right.
mere survival and get tools to be better. We need,
That's
education, and we need to have things that can help us to be better. A person may have grown up in a family and they had not maybe gotten nurtured with some things. Maybe they did not have a good moral code in the household, or daddy, was a rolling stone or whatever, or mama just couldn't get right mental health. You never know, but I'm just saying, we have to be educated. We have to give information to help people rise above, to help people to be better. Because
That's
sometimes
right.
people don't get it. You think,
That's right.
we think everybody, oh, everybody comes from a good home. Everybody,
No,
we have found out doing this show that, we got people from all walks of life. Everybody don't have the greatest beginning. Some
that's
people
right.
don't have the greatest end. Some people don't have both parents. Some people don't have what we typically think is the ideal life. Some
That's
people
right.
come up hard. And so, these are the things that we'll talk about. These are the things that we'll bring out, but we also want to bring experts and educators and folk that know how to tell a person, how in the court system it can be fair for you. You may need a lawyer, you may need this. We've had lawyers that come up to share what a man can do or what a woman can do in order for justice to be balanced in their lives. And so that's what we do at FYI. During this year, this 8th year, we're going to be rewinding and talking about
That's
uh,
right. And
shows that
yeah,
have made that impact, and wherein people wanted to talk about, and we've got a lot of views and likes because the topic
that's right.
was so good. I know there was a topic, Mr. E. The trafficking, that's
Yeah,
one thing. And also, when you talk about immigration,
that's right.
that's another one. You'd be surprised that the hits and the views that we get from those posts and those videos, because those are some things that people want to talk about as well. And
That's
so
right.
that's what we do. This 8 years, we're going to rewind. We're going to talk about some of the shows that we've had, but we're going to also move forward to see where are things now? Where am I now? What am I doing? There's so many resources, so much knowledge and information that God has on this planet. And we can go to one source right now. We can go to the internet. Anything that you want to say, do, hear, it's there. And
That's
so
right.
there's no excuse for ignorance anymore. God winked at ignorance in the past, but baby, when you got knowledge and information that's lying in the street everywhere, you can turn, you can get information of any kind. You can Google how to be a better father. You
That's
can
right.
Google how to be a better mother. You can be Google how to be a better husband, a better wife, a better saint, a better teacher.
That's
You
right.
can find out what it takes. They got workshops, they got seminars, they got conferences, they got books. And that's why I was saying about our books, bullying. If anything you need to know, we got resources, we got books, we got games, we have rallies, we have all kind of things, workshops and stuff that help you to understand a subject matter. And so
That's right.
that's what we are here for as well, to make sure we can point people to the directions of where we feel they can get great resources for a better life.
That's right, Miss Cynthia. And then not only that, the education that you went to school for, now it's time for you to put it together. It's now for time for you to work it like never before. So that's what it's all about, helping you to rise above and to find great, 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 great support.
Absolutely. So we are excited for what's going on. Oh my goodness, this year has gone so fast. Again, we're glad and we congratulate each other for the 8 years and all that we try to do. If there's room for improvement with FYI, you all can suggest it. We don't mind. I know I don't. Hey, is it something that you want to hear more of? Is it something that you feel like we can do to enhance the programs? You all can in the chat, or you can inbox and say, look, have y'all ever thought about doing this or doing that? My ears are open. Long as you're not offensive, calling names and all that kind of stuff. I ain't got time for that. But I'm saying, when you want to really, really give suggestions that can help us to better serve you, we are here for it.
And that's what it's
So,
all about, FYI,
yes.
for your information.
Absolutely. So we're glad to be able to come to you all. We want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Thanksgiving is going to kick off the Christmas. You got Black Friday coming up, and we want to make sure that you all are, staying safe and praying for one another. Listen to this. Everybody is not in the position that we are in.
That's right.
Everybody's not sitting back and smiling and happy and able to do this and do that. There are people suffering. There are people in war. There are people that are losing their lives. Pray for folk. Pray for folk because we never know when we're going to be in a bad situation.
That's right.
Pray
America
for
has been blessed. Yeah.
everybody. We need to pray for everybody, those in Israel, those in other parts of the world. When we're sitting back and smiling and breaking bread and having a good time, and we Thanksgiving and the movies, and we're doing TikToks and all that stuff, there's somebody else suffering. There's
That's
somebody
right.
else losing their lives. There's somebody else going through. There's somebody else finding out they got cancer. There's somebody else just lost their life. There, there's so many other things that are happening. Make sure we recognize how thankful we are. Make sure we recognize how much we need to give thanks to God, and make sure we recognize how we have to live a wholesome, well-rounded life so others can see the light and we can be a preservative in this world. So, Mr. E, thank you for joining us again. Congratulations, 8 years. But we want to know how folk can be a special guest, sponsor, or intern with FYI Radio Morning Show or FYI After Dark.
If you'd like to be a special guest or a sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Again, that telephone number is 757-714-7861. Or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. That's all you have to do is FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. And guess what? We'll be more than happy to get back with you and have you as a special guest on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. If you like to be in the audience, that's right. If you want to be in the audience of FYI, just give us a call at 757-714-7861 or go to FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com and drop your email in there. And we'll email you and tell you what time and when we will have you as our audience, where you don't have to say a word, but be in the background and just listen to the most talked about radio show in the world.
Mr. E, make sure you give the announcement for CBC tomorrow. They're feeding.
That's right. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, CBC, Christian Broadcasting Company, here at 5335 East Virginia Beach Boulevard, will be feeding the homeless at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Come on out. If you know someone that needs a meal, or if you want the fellowship with us, come on out and say, listen, I want to be a part of what you're doing because, hey, you helping our community and we want to help too. So, hey, make it your business. Come out to 5335 East Virginia Beach Boulevard in the city of Norfolk, Virginia, and say, hey, look, hey, I want to help feed. Thank you so much. I want to have lunch with you also. Hey, if you just in between, let's do it.
All right. You all come out and bless someone and be thankful. We have Thanksgiving coming, the holidays. Be thankful, be safe, and just do the things that you know you can do and live a good life. So, Mr. E, thank you again. Look, time to play football. Philadelphia and the Chiefs. There, this is gonna be a good game. I hope you all tune in. But yes. But have a good time, Mr. E. Have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you so much. 8 years. Congratulations. And look, we are going to see you all on Wednesday for more FYI Morning Show. Good
Thank
night.
you. 2 up, 2 down, VA.